All right, hello. I'm back, maybe for a short while. I'm not really sure. But today I want to talk about male masculinity and how it has become a lot more feminine as of lately or within our generation in general. So I was watching a podcast from Anderson, and this sort of topic came up, and it kind of rang some bells in my head, especially with the rise of social media. So let's talk about it a little bit. So this whole thing with mogging, trying to become like this, like these guys over here are, you're either performative or you're mogging, like you have a sharp jawline, you have all these peptides, you're doing all this sort of stuff that makes you look better. But in reality, is that really going to attract women at the end of the day? So I have a kind of like a theory that mogging is just kind of like a woman discarding mentality, right? I don't really care whether these girls like you or not. It's kind of like this appearance domination over guys, right? So it's like it's called, I guess, like male versus male intersexual competition, right? That's really what mogging is. It's like I don't really care what these girls think of me. I'm gonna do what I think looks good for myself, and maybe that will attract them or not. I'm not really sure, but as long as I look better than this other guy, surely it can't be that bad, right? So you're kind of like, rather than having confidence in yourself, it's kind of just only focused on the appearance that you have and projecting that out to the world and trying to get some positive outcome from it. You don't really care what other people think, only the guys, really, not so much the girls, right? And so this is kind of like a feminized way of becoming masculine, I think, mostly because it's like looks maxing is really just for guys, right? There's no girls that are going into like those content campaigns and looking like, oh, how can I looks max? How can I get a sharper jawline? How can I get my thighs bigger? How can I get my lips more puckered, right? And so there's a lot of like uh, the whole peptide thing going around, like it'll make your face smoother, or you need to do this skincare routine, you need to do gua sha, like there's all these sort of things that help improve guys, but there really isn't the same thing for women, right? And so that leads you to question: is this really for the girls, or is this really more for the guys and trying to compete among one another? I think it's the latter. So the guys wanting to have more competition among themselves and try to one up them, right? So it's more of like a confidence thing amongst other guys, and so in some studies and stuff and data shown from like Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, all those places, it's uh, tending towards this trend of having a feminized, the girls want a feminized face and a masculine body, trying to balance between the two, and so not necessarily, this performative sort of mindset, which is kind of like only feminine, but then we also have, I guess, like this fully masculine, which is kind of disregarding like the whole um the idea of getting a woman to be attracted to you is kind of somewhere in between these two, right? And obviously that's very subjective, but uh, I believe this is probably because of this reason in this last bullet point right here, right? It's about using our own assessment criteria on women. So if I think, oh, like if this is what I look like and is extremely better, it's a lot. I'm doing a lot more than a lot of the other guys. Then this girl, she should probably also have that same criteria. So therefore, I must be looking pretty good, and so they might like me. The other idea is that because I'm so young and I do not have a lot of the economic status that I would want to at my age, I have to out beautify myself. I have to make myself look extremely well so that these girls are attracted to me, sort of thing. So that's another thing because it's mostly the fact that women want somebody who, a guy who is stable, at least, in the trend of like Gen Z, somebody who's economically stable, has a career path, has all these sort of, check boxes and stuff like that. So to account for my lack of thereof, I must beautify myself a lot more. And so those are kind of just ideas and theories and stuff that I've been reading about. I thought it was pretty interesting. So yeah, good to be back. Let me know what you think.